we're back for round 2. Let me get the chat set up. We have won the die roll. Let's try something different, and let's draw first. So we've got blue and green. We've got a 3-drop and a 4-drop. We're going to need a swamp for debilitating injury to go online, but I think we'll keep this. Oh, he almost didn't realize he was on the play, but he got his land down in time. Savage Punch ain't going to be a 2-drop, but with our bear online, it could be a pretty decent turn 4 removal spell. Heir of the Wilds, 2/2 with Death Touch. So we don't really want to fight that. We do want a debilitating injury it, though. Come on, Swamp. Not a Swamp. But definitely a Jeskai Elder is going to come down here. I wouldn't mind fighting the Elder on the air, but not a great move. As well, whenever it attacks, if you do control a creature with power 4 or greater, it gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Because why not? So I think hitting a Swamp next turn would be ideal. Then we could debilitating injury the air, get in for 2 with the Elder, depending on what he plays. Unless he's just going to injure my Elder. And he is playing, yeah, he's going to injure my Elder. Down it goes. So he's playing Abzan, so we can potentially expect a grindy game. Although Abzan can also be pretty aggressive. We hit another island, so I guess we'll just go Alpine Grizzly and say go. If he plays something other than the air, I would be happy fighting the Grizzly with it. One black. Disowned Ancestor, okay. And an Alpine Grizzly of his own. Sure. So that Heir of the Wild is going to become a 3/3. Oh, he's not going to attack. All right. All right. Ice Feather Aven or Savage Punch. We could punch and kill the Ancestor. I don't know if that gets me much. We could trade the bears, but the bears can trade without me punching. Or we could just play a long shot squad. Or we could morph for Ice Feather Aven. Let's morph for Ice. Cast our Ice Feather Aven as a morph. And say go. So I guess the upside is he's already down to 2 cards. He's just going to outlast his Ancestor. And pass the turn? Yeah, pass the turn. Alright. Dead Drop. That needs black mana. So we can punch and on morph. It's a 2/2 on morph, right? Yeah, it's a 2/2. Let's see. I don't think we want to punch yet. Maybe we can just punch the Ancestor, right? Yeah, let's just punch the Ancestor. Bear punch. And then I think I'm just going to pass the turn here. I can on-morph the Ice Feather Aven and bounce something back to his hand at the end of the turn. Trail of Mystery. He's going to try to go off with it, eh? Well, good for him. Down comes a morph, so he's going to go get a land. And I think we're going to bounce the Grizzly. Yeah, let's bounce the Grizzly. It's going to cost the most for him to recast. And we don't terribly want to have him continue going off with the Trail of Mystery. Oh, there's our black mana that we need, so that's good. We can injure something next turn, perhaps. I think I'll just fly in for 2 here. Take him to 18. And then we'll long shot squad. So, what are the odds that that morph is an Abzan guide? That's going to become a 6/6 lifelinker. Well, not this turn it's not, and next turn we get to debilitating injure it, so I'm pretty okay with that. Unfortunately, I can't fly in the air anymore. He's got his long shot squad that's going to be able to shoot it out of the air, and down comes his grizzly bear. So we are going to injure his morph. Hopefully it's an Abzan guide that we're hitting. Oh no, Willy locks it on. Which would have been an 8/9. Oy. So I can't fly in. I could outlast my guy. I can play a swamp. And dead drops online next turn, which isn't terrible. So yeah, let's just outlast our guy and say go. So he's casting... Oh, he's just outlasting himself. Alright. Sounds good. So if I dead drop, I assume he's going to... He's invested a lot in that long shot squad. So he might save it. Well, let's find out. What do you value most? The Grizzly is going for sure. And then it's either the air... Yeah, he's valuing the long shot squad the most. So I can get in for 10 here and take him to 8. And that's what we're going to do. Just a massive life swing. He's going to drop a... Okay, he's going to smite my long shot squad. Sure. He can't attack, though. He has to keep that up. It would be pretty risky to do that. And if I can bounce that or anything, then we're really in business. So if I swing in with the Grizzly and the Aven, he could kill the Aven and go to 4. Or he could trade with the Grizzly. He's only got 1 card. It could be a feat of resistance, but I think we just want to be aggressive here. So in with both. Does he want to trade or does he want to kill? He wants to trade. And that 1 card's a feat of resistance? Of course it is. So our bear dies, and our Ice Feather Aven gets in for a measly 2, and then we can Sultai a Scavenger. But unfortunately that long shot squad's a 5/5, but it's not going to be doing that much, because if he attacks, he'd be leaving himself pretty vulnerable. So we can throttle. That's actually really good, so long as he's not sitting on yet another feat of resistance. So we get in, regardless of whatever he blocks. His long shot squad's going to become a 1/1. we will win combat and get in for 2, taking him to 4. He could have become a... Oh, no, he just gives up. So he must not have had what he needed. So we get to jump over to our sideboard. We are playing Abzan. I don't know what that means terribly. Maybe we... Or no, we actually have a parapet. We just haven't seen it. Fade Away... Or sorry, Force Away is pretty good in this matchup. Enough that I would almost consider ditching Crippling Chill for another Force Away. If he's going to be throwing counters on things and such. Whirlwind Adapt, Sandbar, Scheming. Maybe we want Scheming for the Delve. I don't know. No, there's nothing I would exchange it for. It's just not that great. I think we'll just jump right back in and see how it goes. So we've got 2 lands. Not great. None of them are islands. We just have to mull this. We cannot keep it. That's unfortunate. This is ever so slightly better, but still not great, but we're going to keep it. We've got a Crippling Chill. And then someday in the future we have a Throttle. So that's good. Let's go with an island and say go. Rakshasa's Vizier. Oof, leads with a tri-land in his colors and a dual land. That's solid mana fixing. Savage Punch we cannot cast or use on anything, so we will pass the turn back. He's gonna drop a morph. A morph. Okay. Maybe we hit Debilitating Injury. That would be great. Nope, we hit a swamp. So we just pass the turn again. If he unmorphs before attacks and it's something we really want to stop, although it's not going to be anything at 3 or 4 mana, we could Crippling Chill and get a card draw. Not the best of plays, though. Another morph? No, 4-drop. Alabaster Kieran. Sure. In for 2. And we get our Forest. So that's pretty good. We can get our Longshot squad out, which is going to block the Kieran pretty well. So we'll go with that. Next turn our Throttle will be online too. So he's going to swing in with the Kieran. Pretty heavily telegraphing that he has something, so we're going to let that 2 through. I'm not going to walk into a Feat of Resistance or something like that on that. So next turn we have the option of punching the Kieran. Although he still has mana left up, so he could still very easily have the Feat of Resistance. I think we just passed the turn. Because if he does unmorph that creature, we can Crippling Chill it, and so we'll not get the +2/+2 is just till end of turn. Yeah, so he won't get to keep that +2/+2. Depending on what it is, we can also consider throttling it, which will make it smaller and maybe even killable with our long shot squad. If it's Abzan Guide, he has the mana to do it and 1 mana left over. He's coming in with both. So I'm going to block the morph and force him to unmorph it. At which point I can then, hopefully, throttle it. I should be able to throttle it and, if not kill it, make it killable by the long shot squad. Ugh. Okay. Scratch everything I said. So it's going to be an 8-9. We could make it a 4-5, which isn't enough, unfortunately. So we are just going to get stomped over by it. And then maybe we just throttle the Kieran now. I don't even know. Let's do it. No idea how we can deal with that guy. I don't know if I have anything other than hoping for a dead drop. I guess we'll go Rakshasa's Vizier. Tapped one too many there. Should be able to untap it, I think. Nope. Cannot untap it because I tapped it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. Because I tapped it after casting a spell, I don't think you can technically do that. But he's just going to swing in with his 6-7. No, he's just going to suspension field that. So we're going to take 6 here. Go to 8. We can crippling chill it to buy ourselves a turn. But I don't know if I have any way of handling it other than dead drop. I take 6, go to 8. He's going to drop a morph. Nope. An unyielding Krumar. Sure. I hit a force away. Alright. It's not going to do much. I guess I could have done long shot squad and force away, but I think I want a crippling chill to Loxodon just to lock it down. I get to draw a card, so maybe I get closer to to dead drop. But dead drop is a much worse card now that he has more than 2 creatures. So I'm going to take 3 here. Not much I can do about it. Sidisi's pet ain't going to do it. But at least I can keep force away up, I guess. Let's go long shot squad, actually. And then I could punch the morph, but almost guaranteed he could unmorph it. So let's just pass the turn. When he unmorphs that morph to get his bonus, I will force away it. But then I have to take the 3 or chump block it. My long shot squad will not be able to kill it. Okay, there we go. I was going to wonder why he didn't attack with the morph. I think we just take the 2 here. Not much we can do about it. Or the 3, rather. Or... yeah, we just take the 3. Okay, he's not going to unmorph it. Well, I'm going to bounce it. It was a Sage-Eye Harrier. So a 1/5 flyer. So he's going to morph it, go get another land. How much does it cost to on-morph? 3 and a white. What's he doing here? He tapped 4 mana during the trigger. To play another long shot squad. Sure, why not? Ain't gonna do it. Concede that game, and we'll go into game 3 and see what we can do. Unfortunately, I don't think I have a sideboard. I don't think any of these cards are gonna do absolutely anything in our deck, so we just have to jump back in. I liked... Well, I guess... Did we play first? No. No, we drew first in game 1, so no, I don't want to play first. I want to draw first. Well, we're missing our blue for our Ice Feather Aven and for our Crippling Chill. We can morph it at least and morph the Sidisi's Pet, so I guess we'll keep. And we hit a blue spell, of course. Let's drop our Swamp. Pass the turn and hope for an island. Nope. Forest, pass the turn. We will morph the Sidisi's Pet first because it's the one that we actually have a hope of on-morphing anytime soon. Although I guess we could do Bondkin. Yeah, let's do Bondkin instead. And then next turn maybe we just... does Sidisi's Pet do anything when it unmorphs? No. So maybe we'll just hardcast that. I'd probably be willing to trade morphs here. Yeah, let's trade morphs. There is nothing that he can unmorph without 5 mana that would profitably block. Sage Eye Harrier, sure. So that, for example, he could have unmorphed, but they would have just bounced off of each other because it's a 1/5. So he's going to drop Unyielding Krumar, sure thing. Oh, I need a blue mana for that. So maybe we just play the Sidisi's Pet, which blocks the Krumar, as opposed to hoping that we draw an island. Yeah, let's do that. Let's cast Sidisi's Pet face up and pass the turn. So we need an island pretty soon. We have 2 spells completely stranded, and we have 2 morph creatures that are currently stranded as morph-only creatures. We are playing, what, 7 blue sources? Well, I'll block. You can show me the feat of resistance. Oh, okay. I'll just gain a free life. Is he activating Raid or something? Ah, yes, he was activating Raid. So Bellowing Saddlebrute is a massive problem. Not much we can do against a 4/5. Not much we can do at all. I will drop an Alpine Grizzly. I guess we can double block a 4/5. It's about our only option. So 3 mana. Are we going to see another morph? 4 mana. Okay, he's going to smite my bear. That's a pain. So he's going to come in with both, so I will gain my life with the Sidisi's Pet. He has Speed of Resistance mana up, but doesn't have it. So I go to 18. And do we draw a blue source? We do. We actually can maybe attempt to do something here. So that's good. But what is it that we're going to do? We could... what could we do? Maybe we... No, we can't even do that with the Ice Feather Aven. I guess we can morph something and hold up Force Away? Yeah, I guess that's our option. Let's morph the bigger guy. And then pass the turn, hold up our Force Away. The Saddle Brute, I guess. Save myself from taking 4, but then he'll be able to just recast it for the raid trigger. The hope, I suppose, is that he wastes the mana main phase 1 on something useless and then can't recast the Bellowing Saddle Brute. Or that he doesn't attack with the... Or no, I guess as soon as he attacks with the Saddle Brute, raid will have been triggered. So he's going to do Tuskguard Captain instead. 2/3 and everything with a counter gets trample. Okay. Okay. So he can't recast the Saddle Brute. So I like that. We're going to force away that. We're not going to get the Ferocious, but that's okay. Well, we've got an Archer's Parapet. That's going to block everything we've seen from him so far. We can also attack in with our Morph guy. And then surprise on Morph. I think maybe I like this play a little better. Archer's Parapet. Gets a really good blocker out. And then I think we can Sultai Scavenger. Black, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can Sultai Scavenger. Which means next turn we can flip this guy up and we're getting 8 in the air each turn. So I will just pass the turn here. So he's got 3 cards. One's a Saddle Brute. So I expect an attack here, even though I'm just going to deflect it back. The real question is one of them a Feat of Resistance. I feel like we would have seen it already if he had had it previously, which means that there's only 1 card in his hand that could be a feat. Oh, it's this. It's looking pretty big. Dune Blast or something? Oh no, just a straight up Woolly Loxodon. Sure. That I can totally handle for the moment. Because I'm going to on-morph this guy. Or no, sorry, not 8 in the air. I can get 6 in the air each turn. And we're going to go for 6. And we are going to loot. That's what he does, right? Draw a card, discard a card? Yeah, he loots. We draw a dig through time. We don't have the extra blue to cast it. I think maybe that's what we throw away. If we hit a blue, we have blue, blue, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 because I'll have discarded something. I like my chump blocking bear. Yeah, I think we throw away the dig through time. So I'm going to have to take 6 off that Loxodon. But I'm kind of okay with that. I can take him to 10 next turn, and then Crippling Chill the Loxodon. If I hit a land, I can morph the Ice Feather Aven, and then on his turn, pop it up. In comes the Loxodon. I will take the 6. Going to 12. Saddle Brute's going to come down, I imagine. Which is okay. I can block the Saddle Brute with the Parapet. I can block the Krumar with the Pet. Sure. So I can take him to 10, and I get to loot again, giving me another chance to hit my land. Heir of the Wilds. Sure thing. It's a lot of creatures. That's why I think you desperately need to have a lot of creatures, and why I think my deck having 14 is a... Do I have 14 or 15? Whatever. Just is a significant problem. I could punch something and hold up Crippling Chill. Is there anything I could punch? I could punch the Krumar. That's about it. Yeah, let's punch the Krumar. Punch! And then let's swing in for 6, taking him to 10. Next turn I can block, chill. So he goes to 10, I loot, I hit the island that I wanted. So I will actually ditch the bear, play the island, pass the turn. Next turn I can Crippling Chill. Or sorry, this turn I can Crippling Chill something before attacks. Next turn I can morph the Aven. Unmorph the Aven, bounce whatever's most threatening at that point. And then we'll see where we are. What's he playing here? 5 mana. 6 mana. Is it a blowout? I bet it's a blowout. Delve. Become Immense? Oh, Hooting Mandrills. Okay, I guess. Slightly annoying, but okay for the moment. So begin combat, we're going to tap down that Loxodon. And then we can block the Saddle Brute, block the Captain, and take 3, I guess. Gain 1, so yeah. Let's tap him down. We get to draw a card too, which is always good. Rakshasa Vizier. I'm also pretty happy if he just doesn't attack. I mean, I feel like you should realize that, yeah, there we go. That has Death Touch. I'm just going to let that through for sure. So I hit a land, which will be looted away. So get in for 6. Taking him to 4. I get to loot. Debilitating Injury. I could Debilitating Injury the Heir of the Wilds, which would leave that, and that coming through next turn. And I can block, take 4. Yeah, let's do that. It's Debilitating Injury. We can't unmorph the Aven, but that should be okay. As long as he doesn't draw something to kill both my flyers or even block both my flyers, we are completely okay. Because I can block the Saddle Brute, I can block the Captain, and I would take 5 off the Mandrills. So maybe we have this, but who knows what he top decked. Black-white has a ton of removal. Although he is missing double black, so he doesn't, or he can't cast Rite of the Serpent. So we win. We actually pulled it off there. I didn't think I could do it, but we did. So we're up a match. We're going to go into round 3 at 1-1. We'll see what our round 3 opponent is and if we can beat them. Abzan, I'm surprised isn't putting up the results I'm that I was quite expecting. I feel like you have to really carefully build the Abzan deck, and if you don't go really heavy Outlast long game, or if you don't go really heavy aggro, your deck just kind of ends up kind of middling. But yeah, we did okay there. Still not a fan of my deck, but we'll see how round 3 goes.